This is Dennis Wing with today's Friday Rhythm Games. The goal is to be able to accurately alternate between sixteenths and triplets. Suppose we take the last 16th of a beat, and then the next beat you do the third eighth note triplet and alternate between the two. It would sound like 1E and A1 triplet, 1E and A1 triplet, 1E and A1 triplet, 1. It's just a subtle difference between the triplet and the 16th. And in order to get that accurately, we're going to look at 3 different ways to do it. Visually, and by counting, and even a walking exercise. Here we go. So this circle represents one beat, okay? And inside of it is a square, and each point on the square represents the 16th note. So in conventional notation, you could put 1, E, and if you like. Okay, so the 1 is at the top. And for those of you who've seen my other videos, I don't prefer this. I like takadimi from the South Indian language of rhythm called Kanakal. And so we would count like takadimi, 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 ta. Now this triangle represents triplets. So conventionally you might say 1 triplet or 1 and I like takida. So it would be takida, 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 takida. So that's all well and good, but let's look at the 2 combined, because we ultimately want to compare the 2. And now we see the orange is the takadimi, the 16ths, and the green is the triplets. And so if you look at the difference between the third triplet and the fourth 16th, it's 1/12 of a beat. That's how fine-tuned we're going to be on this. And I think musicians should be able to hear this. And we could have done this on this side of the circle, the second 16th or the second triplet, but I just happened to choose the last 2, so either way. So if you were going to alternate between the, let's do the triplet first and then the 16th. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Takida, takadimi, takida, takadimi, takida, takadimi. But the important thing is to hear the composite rhythm that the 16th makes against like like this distance, is to be able to hear that for the 16th, and then to hear this for the triplet. Triplet's a little longer, so listen to the composite rhythms that each one makes respective to the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Takida, takadimi, takida, takadimi. Da da, mita, da da, mita, da da, mita, da da, mita. Like you can hear the difference there. The da, I'm saying da as in takida right here, and I'm saying mi as in takadimi. You can hear that the mita is shorter than the data. Get your ear accustomed to hearing the differences here. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to double up the count so we can improve your accuracy. Now, of course, this usually can only be done at slower tempos, but this tempo is slow enough that we can actually double it up. Like if you look at the 16ths, which are the points where it meets the circle, and then half each side of that, now you're counting in 30 seconds. But of course, I don't like to think about that. I just think like 2 takadimi. So in other words, instead of takadimi, takadimi, we have takadimi, 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 ta. And then that might increase the accuracy of the 16th. Like instead of going takadimi, ta, mita, mita, you could think takadimi, takadimi, ta. It might increase the accuracy, and you'll see in a minute how this could apply to the triplets and hearing the difference between the 2. All right, now this is triplets with the midpoints added. So basically, instead of 8th note triplets, it's 16th note triplets, and basically it's like instead of takida, 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 now you have takida, 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 da. And so if you assign syllables to each of those, then this is instead of da like it was before, this one. Instead of da, this is like as in takida. Now it's takida, takida. So we'll call this key now. As in takida, 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 takida. So I think it's more accurate because if you do it the other way, it's taki da 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 da, or this way is taki da taki da taki da taki. And this diagram shows the whole thing. So now we're going to compare the triplet. We'll do triplet first, followed by 16. In other words, like taki da taki da taki dim taki dim taki da taki taki dim taki dim taki taki dim taki taki dim kita dinta kita dinta. Like that, and each has its own sound. Now the third way to do it is by walking. You can do this when you're out for a walk, and it's great because it gets the rhythm in your whole body. Now there's a number of different ways of doing this, but I chose to have the one beat be on the right foot. So I'm going to put a little R here, and then the halfway through would be on the left foot. Now you could rotate this whole diagram over by, you know, quarter of a beat and put right here and left here. And then that would, you know, more spatially align with how you're walking. But I didn't bother to do that in this video because I think it'll be fine. So we're just going to put the one beat here with the right foot. Now technically you're putting all this over 2 beats if you count each right and left as 1 beat. But I'm counting it as 1 and 2 and. So, and what happens is you get to feel that the last 16th is halfway between the and the 1, which is obvious, but you get to feel that, right? And then you get to also feel that the last triplet is 1/3 later than the end, if that makes sense. Like this to this is 1/3 of half a beat. So it becomes tricky how to describe all this. Remember that we're dividing everything into 12 equal parts, so this would be 2/12 or 1/6 of a beat. But it's not like you're going to think that. You're just feeling the relationships here. You're feeling the relationship between this and downbeat, which is the most important, and this and the downbeat. But in a way, you're also feeling the relationships here. I'll put it in a different color between those two and the midway point. And it could increase the accuracy a little bit. So here's an example of me walking at 52 beats a minute, and I'm feeling the last triplet come right after the left foot. Da ta da ta da ta da ta da ta da ta da ta. Oh look, our cat's gonna do it too. And then this next example is me thinking triplets in double time. So in other words, with the midpoints on here, it'd be ta ki da and then ta ki da da. So this would be key, right? And that's what it sound. And this is what it will sound like. Takida 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 taki taki ki 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 ki. So then I did the same thing on the 16th. I doubled the count of each of these. And so now I have ta ka di mi, and then ta ka di mi, and then this becomes the D. I know this looks mad, but this is how I'm thinking and most importantly feeling. Takidim, 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 dim, dimta, 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 dimta. And then what I was doing was alternating 4 times each. 4 times the last 16th and then the last triplet back and forth like this. So here we go. 3, 4. Takidim, 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 takidim. Dim taki 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 dim dim taki taki dim taki dim taki da. And then I would do 4 times each, then 2 times each, then 1 time each, starting with the triplet first. So it's like dim dim ta dim ta dim ta dim taki da kita kita dimta dimta kita kita dimta kita dimta kita dimta. And then just as a reminder that the important thing is to hear the composite rhythm with how these relate to the 1, I was counting that way, alternating between triplets and the 16th, starting with the triplets.
Kita, 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 dimta, 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 kita, kita, dimta, dimta, kita, dimta, kita, dimta, kita.
So I hope you have lots of fun with this. Let me know how you make out.